In this video, I'm going to show you how to bleed the brakes on this Toyota Tacoma. Let's get started. Remove the cap off the master cylinder reservoir, and then you'll see that there's a little screen in here. Might have to remove some of the fluid to get it out. I'm going to have to remove the fluid anyway and get new fluid in there. So I'm going to start by using a little vacuum pump or a fluid extractor pump. Just get as much out as I can from the little filter area, so I can stick my hand in there and pull this straight out. A lot of times this is going to be a little difficult to remove. If you're having a hard time, grab some needle nose pliers, pinch it, and remove it. Let all that fluid drain so you don't get it everywhere. Set this aside. Now remove the rest of the fluid. Doesn't have to be 100% perfect, just do your best. Remove as much as you can. That's it. That's all there is. I'm going to put the filter back in, and now let's fill it up with clean brake fluid. Top off the master cylinder. Make sure it's up to the max line, which you can see right here on the side. Once it's topped off, put the cap back on so that it doesn't get a lot of moisture in there. Brake fluid is hygroscopic. It will absorb moisture that's in the air, and that is not good. The sequence is starting at the right rear wheel, the passenger side rear, that is the furthest point from the master cylinder, the longest line. Then you go to the left rear, then you move over to the right front, passenger side front, and then driver side front, which is the left front. Now I have an assistant in the vehicle ready to pump up the brake pedal. They're going to pump it up, create pressure, and then hold pressure on that brake pedal. While they hold pressure, you want to crack the bleeder screw open. This takes a 10mm wrench. To get that done, we're going to have to, of course, pop off this little cap. So remove that. I also have a little reservoir with a hose that can slide over here so that no brake fluid goes all over the place. It's just going to go through the hose into my little collection receptacle. If you don't have this, just make sure you don't dump it on the ground. Have a collection receptacle to catch it. At this point, let's go ahead and pump up the brakes, please. All right, they're holding pressure, so I'm going to crack this open. You'll see fluid come in and through this hose here. If I can hold it. There we go. And once the pedal has reached the floor, close it up, and let's pump again. All right. Open it back up. There we go. We're getting a lot of air here, so we're going to keep repeating this process until there's no more air coming out of the bleeder screw. Perfect. You can release the brake pedal now. I had several passes of clean fluid, so I'm happy with that. I'm going to remove my reservoir, clean up any debris and residual fluid that is here, cap it off, and then you want to move to the driver's side rear. That's the left rear wheel cylinder, that is, so we can bleed there. On to the next side, you want to top off your master cylinder in between calipers or wheel cylinders, of course, so that you can have plenty of brake fluid to work with. You don't want to run that master cylinder dry. Pop off that cap. I'm going to put my little hose on here, just like that, and have my wrench ready. Go ahead and pump up the brakes and then hold pressure. All right, lots of air in this one. Go ahead and pump again. All right, it's looking better. Pump again. All right, let's do it one more time. That looks really good, nice and clean. You can let go of the brake pedal now. I'm going to remove my hose. Of course, clean up any residual here. Cap it off. Now onto the passenger side front wheel, of course. Once again, top off that master cylinder, and then you're going to want to remove this little cap. Sometimes they need some help because they're stuck. Try not to break it. If this breaks, try to source a new one. What this does is it prevents the bleeder from getting clogged up inside. Now, same thing. I'm going to put my wrench on, put my little hose on here, and let's go ahead and pump up the brakes. All right, holding pressure, so I'm going to open this up. All right, let's do it again. And a couple more times, go again. Okay, let's do it one more time. This is nice and clean. Perfect. I had several passes of clean fluid. You can go ahead and release the brake pedal now. I'm going to take all of this off, clean up anything that is necessary to clean up. Of course, put that cap back on so the bleeder doesn't get clogged up. Let's move on to the last wheel, which is the driver's side front wheel. Onto the last wheel. Take this boot off and put my tools on here. Go ahead and pump up the brakes now. All right, crack this open. Yeah, we got some air. Go ahead and pump again. All right, go ahead and pump again. Perfect, let's do it one last time just to be safe. That is nice and clean. You can let go of the brake pedal now. Clean all this up. Take my wrench off, clean off any residual, cap it off, and then you can put the wheel on, but of course top off your master cylinder one last time. Remove the cap off the master cylinder reservoir. Top off the master cylinder, make sure it's up to the max line, which you can see right here on the side. Once it's topped off, put the cap back on.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.